Hey. So this is the early morning checkup of the birds, and definitely when I was checking my chickens, I found these. So these are early signs of coccidiosis. So this needs to be dealt with, and there are several other droppings that I've seen that are quite showing that we need to react. Yeah, and the birds today, they are 22 days. Yesterday we were giving them the last shot of vaccines. So upon checking up, found several droppings which are showing me early signs of coccidiosis, which we need to react on. So look at this poop here, doesn't look that good. It's okay, but it's not that which we always need for the healthy of the birds. Yeah, so upon checking, checked around, because every morning you need to move around. In the evening you need to check the droppings of your birds. And the moment I was checking up, and again, if you get it, if you see here, there's also this one here. So when I was moving around, I checked everywhere, everything. This is what I do all the time. So if you look at this one also, this one here, this is not a good sign. This means we need to react. This is also another one. This means we need to react before things get worse. This is why there's the routine where we check all the birds in the morning so that we make sure that the birds are okay. So this was my checkup in the morning to see how the birds are doing. And upon moving around, I could hear even the sound of the way they are dropping their droppings. It's which is not good. So yeah, let me show you another one. This is the clear indication which is here. If you look at this, this is not good poo-poo, which we don't need. This one is not really good. Look, see, there's these bubbles here which are showing that there is the signs of coccidiosis in our chickens. And if you look at my environment, very clean, very much okay. So somebody would say, where did it come from? Oh, you know, these parasites are always hiding in the litter. So you have to be careful and pay a lot of attention. No matter how clean your environment is, make sure you check also for some other signs, because you might be ignorant to say, no, my birds are okay because the environment is clean. But what I can tell you is, even if your environment is clean, you need to make sure, even if your biosecurity is strong, you need to make sure also you check, because sometimes you might be confident and say, oh, my bed's okay, because even if you look at these beds, none of them is showing like they are sick. If you look, see, all of them are energetic, all of them are looking so wonderful and so good, but there is this sign, okay, which you need to treat. So since it's morning, so when the sun is up, I'll make sure I'll need to go into town and get the medication so that we start treating it. So we'll just treat them for 3 days. So even this one which is here, when I was checking up, okay, let me just move the other way around, because if you check, let me see this one here. If you look at this one, it's also showing the early signs of coccidiosis. You can see there are bubbles there. This is a very pure, clear sign that we need to react. So I make sure I check my droppings in the morning. This is why I always advise every poultry farmer, like early in the morning, the first thing you do before you even wake up the birds, I tell and advise to say, check the droppings. After the droppings, this is the point now we now wake up the birds and see now which ones are okay, which ones are not okay. I think I do this almost several times. Like the first video I did this. I showed to say check your beds all the time. So this is why you need to check. Look, you see how healthy they look, how nice and how energetic they look, but there's still a sign. What are you going to do? You still need to react, because it's not yet showing and you don't have to wait for it to start showing. Okay, because if they start showing, the impact will be big. So this is why you need to react very fast. So you see, these beds are okay, but there's early signs. What are you going to do? You have to react. That's the process. You have to react. See, you need to check all the beds now. You see now how my beds are moving everywhere. You see, anybody who sees these beds, they can say, but these beds are okay. Oh, they're okay. So there's this other one here. I want you to see. Just the moment we are moving the beds, we are able to see this one as well. Look, you see this one. You see, there are bubbles there. These are early signs of coccidiosis. These are the signs you need to pay attention to. This is the importance of checking droppings and seeing what is going on with your beds. This is why we always advise this. This is the routine that you always need to do. Come into your poultry, check your beds properly. You see? Anyone who can come here, they can say my beds are okay. My beds are okay. Okay? This is also where that rule applies. 3 laws of learning a poultry, which I did my video. You need to hear, smell, so that you are able to see. Like when you smell, here my environment is very much okay. Even when you look, you can see this is very much okay. The litter is very much clean. Okay, so you need to see, smell, so that you are able to tell, like, oh, these are okay. So like for me, I'm seeing. If you look here again, let's see this dropping here. This is clear indication. This is the most clear indications you need to pay attention to. Look at this. You see? You see? So just this like what I've said, we need to go and buy the medication, yeah, to treat these early signs. So guys, be attentive, learn this business like a business is supposed to be run. Check your stock just like a businessman does, because you are a businessman, you are a business lady. You need to check your stock. How is it doing? Is there any dusty, like those who work in shops? So like for me, I've checked my stock, and my stock seems to have a little bit of a challenge, which we need to work on. So guys, check on your beds. Make sure your beds are all perfectly in a good condition. So for me, this is the signs they are giving me. So we need to treat it. So guys, also you check your beds early in the morning, just in case you forget and you say, oh, my beds are okay, oh, my beds are okay, everything is clean. No. Everything might be clean, but this thing is very, very tricky. This is why we advise to check on every time. Check. So this was my checkup, and yeah, we have checked, and it seems like we need to react. So let's go, then we'll update later. For the moment, we'll be reacting on what we need to do and the type of medication. Of course, I always go for one medication that treats very well of my beds, which is sulfadimadine, which we are going to buy, and we're going to administer to the beds for 3 days. That is what we're gonna do. Then when we are done with that, that's when we're gonna again check on the droppings. The time we are treating the beds, we'll be checking the droppings, we'll be checking the behavior, just in case there's another behavior that comes in. So that's the way it is. These are early signs, guys. Pay attention to those signs, because the moment your beds start dying, you'll be like, but my beds are okay, they ain't got no symptoms. You are not checking your droppings. It's very important to check your droppings, guys. So always check your droppings, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you pay attention to your droppings all the time. Just as always, happy farmer. Bye bye.